Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Luna and I make Animal Crossing videos every single week. So if you're into that, consider subscribing to join our little AC family. In today's video, we're going to be creating a rose pond. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So I'm going to start off by showing you how I mapped out the rose pond. I used the dirt path to map out this rose pond and I'm only getting rid of the areas that I have the dirt path on. The areas that are green, I will leave alone. I think this is the easiest way to create this. So let me explain what I did. I used the corner pieces of the dirt path in the areas where I need to curve the edges. Then I used the middle piece of the path that's a square so that I'll know where I'm going to leave as a square and not carve it out. Then I used the middle piece of the path that's a square so that I know where I'm going to leave as a square and not curve it out. Once I start actually waterscaping, I think you'll understand better than the way that I'm explaining it. I'm using the waterscaping tool now and you'll see how mapping it out first makes it a lot easier than trying to do this freehand. In the past, I've done the crescent moon pond, a spiral pond, and a sunken heart-shaped pond. So creating a rose pond might be a little bit difficult, but I think I can do it. I googled how to create a rose pond in Animal Crossing and the only thing that I found was this picture of this person that had created a rose pond outline, and it is so huge. Like, it takes up a whole chunk of your map, and I wanted a rose pond so bad, but I didn't have the space for it, so I had to tweak the outline a little bit just so that I can fit it into this area. This didn't turn out exactly like the outline that I found, but it does end up looking like a rose on your map. And once I finish waterscaping everything, I'll show you how it looks on the map, and I think it looks so cute. I was debating on creating a rose pond, but I was like, no, I'm gonna do it. So I went back to this area and destroyed so many things because I was like, I'm making space for this pond. I removed so many items and cliffs just to fit this pond, and I told myself that's a future Luna problem, to rearrange everything that I removed. And this rose pond, I put it next to the beast castle, which I did create, and I will leave a link to that video in the time cards on top if you're curious on how I created it. So when I created the castle, I was originally going to create like an area where Belle and the beast spend time together. As we all know, the beast had Belle captured for a very long time, and then I scratched that idea and went for a rose pond. I feel like you can walk around the rose pond, and since I have the secret beach here, you can walk around and head to the secret beach. So I wanted this area to be multi-purpose. Then I also have a lot of flowers, so I'm going to fill this area up with mostly pink flowers and maybe add some butterflies flying around. An issue that I was running into when I was mapping out this pond was the petal on the bottom. I had already placed my museum there, which you'll see once I get there, and it was going to look weird having just a pond there behind the museum. So to fix that, I ended up just creating a waterfall and a little mini pathway behind the museum that will lead you to where I had created Gaston's Tavern and the triple neighborhood. I didn't want to create the pathway, but I also didn't know what else to do to fix it, but the waterfall worked. And when you look at the map, it doesn't even look like a waterfall. It just looks like a huge pond and everything connects together. So I was so happy about that. And as I'm carving out the water, you can already see the rose design forming. So this is the area that I was talking about where I had to create a waterfall. If I remove these cliffs just to expand the pond at the bottom, it was just going to look super weird. So my brain went back to when I created the sunken heart-shaped pond, and I was like, why don't I just create a waterfall? So that's when I came up with the idea of the waterfall, and everything connected somehow. So big brains over here. So here is how it looks. This was just the best angle that I could capture that shows how everything looks, and I'm so obsessed with it. I was trying to give you a closer look of all of the petals, and here is how it looks on the map. I love how it turned out and it looks so good on the map. Now we are going to decorate the rose pond. So I'm not going to add too much. Usually I add a lot of custom designs, but I kept it calm for now. I'm mostly going to fill up the area with pink flowers. I was going to fill it up with some pink roses, but I thought it was going to be a little bit too much with all of the roses. So I ended up going in between pink roses, hyacinths, mums, and lilies. And in between those pink flowers, I added white flowers and glowing mosses just to kind of balance out everything. I also wanted this area to be walkable, but I also wanted to add some animals and butterfly models. So I'm going to add those in spaces where it didn't block you from walking through. Just adding these flowers really cleared out my beaches, so stay tuned for my beach decorating videos. I don't even know what I'm gonna do for my beaches. Maybe I'll add some castle items on there, make it look very elegant or something like that. Or maybe transform my beach into like this cottage farm. Ooh, that sounds really nice. I think I'm gonna do that. So now I'm going to add some animals and butterfly models to make it look like a flower garden. And I was going to add a mixture of different butterflies, but I really like this emperor butterfly. The blue just looks so nice against the pink. So I'm at my secret beach. I didn't get a chance to decorate the secret beach, so I'm going to leave that in my small spaces video. And I'm just creating a small little cute area, adding some of my favorite pink bushes and flowers. And of course, I had to add the little tiny library there for Belle. And on the right side, I'm going to continue adding more flowers. I was going to cover up this whole section with flowers, but then I got an idea to add kind of like a little area where Belle can sit down and read her books by the water. I went ahead and added this log bench with the bush and a cedar tree. And then behind the tree, I thought it would look cute to add a little brick well and this street lamp. Now for this area, I wanted to add something to represent Belle and the Beast. So I forgot that I had this nuptial bell, so I added it here with the bouquet of red roses in the center, which I thought was super fitting for Beauty and the Beast. And I finished the rose pond, but I was like, let me finish this little section by the castle that I have neglected. I ended up adding this grand piano, and I thought it would be so cute to add Lumiere playing the piano. And then of course we have to add a Cogsworth and Mrs. Potts and Chip. And with that, we are done with the build. I love that we have Marlowe here because he definitely looks like one of the Beast's workers. That's the main reason why I wanted him on my island. That, and I thought he's super cute. I wanted to give you a view of how the rose pond looks from up here. I love it so much. I love all of the flowers and the butterflies just flying around. This section leads you straight to the secret beach if you ever want to come to my island and get scammed by my cousin. And then this section, which I love the little touch that I added with the roses in the center. I could definitely see some of my villagers just coming here and getting themselves trapped. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, let me know by hitting the like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, consider subscribing to join our little AC family. Last week, I created a poll on my community tab on which villager you guys wanted me to have on my island, and the majority of the votes were Ellie, so I will be hunting for her real soon. Blair was a close second, and I think I might get her for my next island, so for those that really wanted her, don't worry, she'll be back. I love you all so much. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!